Before we dive in, please remember to subscribe and hit that like button. And then finally, trying to get research to content to the account. And then any diversity small will have people who could quite like a super. And somebody will have that, the film directed by Edgar Wright and starring Glenn Powell had a lot of hype. It's a remake of Stephen King's story, and it promised action and thrills. Uh, and it delivered on those promises, but I couldn't shake the feeling that a different approach could have elevated it to something truly special. Um, you know, I believe would have thrived as a television series on Bill. The story already has built-in commentary on reality television and the lengths that people will go to for entertainment. A weekly show could have leaned into this, blurring the lines between the fictional game show and the viewing experience. Imagine tuning in each week, feeling like you're watching a twisted version of, or but with deadly consequences. Um, it would have been incredibly meta and engaging to. The movie is a solid 2 hours, and it felt a little rushed. Uh, there were several threads that, if explored further, could have deepened the story and made it more impactful. For instance, Ben Richards' motivations felt a little thin. We're told his daughter is sick and he's desperate for money, but the film doesn't fully convey the weight of that desperation. There was a brief, charming connection between Ben and William H. Macy's character, Moley. He helps Ben with a disguise, and it's hinted he'll help him find a job. So it also but then Moley's fate is underwhelming, Mirabel's prominent, and not very difficult. A TV series could have given this relationship more depth. And don't even get me started on the third act. It felt a little too quick, like they were trying to cram everything into the final minutes. A longer format would have allowed for a more satisfying conclusion. I enjoyed the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Self-curriculum?
It's a fun, action-packed ride, but watching it made me realize the potential of this story as the TV show. Perhaps someday we'll see it happen. After all, so many book adaptations are going the serial route these days. Speaking of running, why did the reality TV contestant bring a ladder to the game show? Because he heard the stakes were high. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, see you next time.